Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Last time, we made our way up to the top of Clock Tower and confronted Skull Kid with the 4 giants here of Termina. Unfortunately though, even the 4 giants couldn't save us from the power of the real evil threat here, Majora's Mask, as the mask no longer needed Skull Kid to do his evil bidding. Instead, he took over the moon itself. So now we followed Majora into the moon, and this is where we're at. This here is the inside of the moon of Termina. Very different place compared to what you would think it would be, but this is it. Notice how when we're here inside the moon, there is no timer. That is because when you're here inside of the moon, there is no longer the time of day to worry about. Time is stopped here in the moon, so you can take as long as you want here. You don't have to worry about any immediate threats, which is nice. I'm gonna go ahead and put myself on a Goron mask and make our way over to this tree, as that's where the real action lies here inside this moon. Taking off our mask, and we'll see right in the center. There is the one we need to confront. That is Majora's Mask, but notice how he is a kid wearing the mask itself. Well, he's not the only one here. We have other people roaming around here to talk to. Ah, nice weather, isn't it? Masks. You have a lot. You too. Will you be a mask salesman? And I'll play with you. So, the masks, give me some. Well, if we want some mask, we have a whole bunch of masks here. But let's give him the first one we have equipped. Let's give him the Goron mask. Not that. Hurry. Put it away. So, this kid will not accept any of the 3 transformation masks. You cannot lose these, but we can give him another mask, say, the Giant's Mask. Thanks. You're a nice person, aren't you? Hide and seek. Let's play. Alright, I'll hide. So, let me welcome you to our final dungeon of Majora's Mask. It's the moon itself. This moon is a dungeon, and we have 4 different parts of it. This here is resembling Woodfall Temple, but say if you don't want to do things here, you can go ahead and leave at any time stepping to this portal. But keep in mind, when you do leave here, you will not get back that mask that you gave that kid. It will now be gone. So, we are not going to be leaving here right now. Instead, we're going to be traversing this area and exploring around here and seeing what we can do. We see a lot of gossip stones all over the place here. So, one thing I recommend is that there are 4 kids here we can go ahead and talk to inside the moon. And we can trade the masks in order to go to little mini dungeon areas like this. I recommend out of all the masks you have, hold on to the Mask of Truth, as that one, it gets used in all 4 of these areas. So if you want a mask that can give you some extra information, keep the Mask of Truth, as that's the only way you're going to be able to read any of these gossip stones. But here we make our way all the way to the other side of this room, we get ourselves a piece of heart. This is what I was talking about early on, back in Clocktown, saying don't worry about pieces of heart, as those last 4 we need to find, they will be revealed soon enough. That is because the last 4 pieces of heart are all here in the moon itself. So let's go ahead and check out this gossip stone and see what it has to say now that we got ourselves a piece of heart. Obscene's Cafe and Anju had the couple's mask. So all these gossip stones basically will tell you where all different masks in this game are located. So if there was one mask you didn't have, say the couple's mask, then these gossip stones will give you an idea of where to look. Since we have all the masks, this won't really help us out too much, but it is something in case you are at this point in the game without all the masks. If we hit the gossip stone here with our sword, normally it would tell us how much time is left in the day, but since time is stopped here on the moon, it does not tell us any time of day. So, really, all you can do with the gossip stones is read their hints via the Mask of Truth itself. Here I'm going to go ahead and make my way back over to the flower we used to get over to the piece of heart itself. And I want to specifically get to the yellow flower, as this one will give us more height, making it easier for us to traverse the room and actually make it possible for us to get to the exit point here. Go ahead, take off our mask here. and open up this door. And as we can see, we found the kid here wearing the doll's remains. You found me. Hey, I want more masks. So this kid wants more, huh? Well, let's go ahead and give him the captain's hat, as we're not using this anymore. Thanks. You're nice. Can I ask a question? Your friends, what kind of people are they? I wonder, do those people think of you as a friend? These kids are asking a philosophical question here. Are your friends really friends? Do they really respect you in the way that you respect them and like you in the same way that you like them? Kids are really making you think, huh? Ah, nice weather, isn't it? Masks. You have a lot. You too. Will you be a mask salesman? And I'll play with you. So, the masks, give me some. Alright, let's go ahead and give you the Garro's mask. More. And now this kid's asking for more masks, so we'll give him a Gibdo mask. Thanks. You're a nice person, aren't you? Hide and seek. Let's play. Alright, I'll hide. So as you notice at this point, this kid asked for 2 masks instead of 1. Each of the 4 kids are going to ask for more masks depending on which one you talk to. The Adalo remains asks for 1, the Got remains asks for 2, Georg remains asks for 3, and Twin Mold asks for 4. And this counts for at the end too, they're going to ask for that same amount at the end of the puzzle. And now we're here inside of an area representing Snowhead. So here, we want to use our Goron form. Roll up into a ball here, and let her rip. If we stop here, we notice we have some treasure chests open, but they can't really be all that helpful, right? They don't really have anything inside of them. At this point, I made a mistake of stopping because I don't have enough room here to build up speed. So because of this, we have this little panel over here. If you step into this little glowing rainbow light area, it's actually a warp. Stepping inside of this warp will take us back to the beginning of the area. And this lines you up perfectly to go ahead and just hold straight up and charge up your Goron roll. And at this point, if you let go of the control stick, you'll be bouncing off of these treasure chests at a perfect angle. So this makes things so much easier for you to go ahead and make your way across the room. Or at least for a while, because they stopped putting those treasure chests all over the place, and now you gotta start controlling the thing yourself. So we've got to be very careful here. If we fall down into the pit, it will also take us back to the very beginning. So there's no real worry of dying in this area, but we don't want to go back to the very beginning. We want to make our way through this area. And if we make our way all the way around the room, following the path here in front of us, we will be leaded to a piece of heart. So that makes 2 pieces of heart, 2 more left, and we'll have all the heart pieces in the game. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself out the Mask of Truth here, as I do see a Gossip Stone right in front of us, so let's go ahead and see what it has to say. It seems the great fairy in town had the Great Fairy's mask. That hint really wasn't that helpful, since that's one of the first masks we got in this game, so kind of figured that one, but if you didn't figure it out at this point, well, there's your hint for it. Go ahead and stop here after we made that one jump, and I'm gonna line myself up on this bridge, being very careful here not to fall off. And we have 2 more Gossip Stones here, so let's see what they say. It seems Skullkita, Captain of the Skull Knights, had the captain's hat. Well, we don't have it anymore, but we did have that at one point. It seems Carmero, the spirit dancer, had Carmero's mask. Also one of our first masks, so that really didn't help me as much either. But again, all these Gossip Stones at this point in the game for me aren't really going to help because we have all those said masks. So this is a really helpful thing if you don't have those masks, but at this point the Gossip Stones won't tell us anything new. That mask. Take it off. Alright, fine. You won't talk to me while I'm transformed to a Goron state, so guess we'll have to ditch it. Let's get 2 more masks ready and go ahead and talk to the kid again. You found me. Hey, I want more masks. Let's give him the Camaro's mask first. More. Now give him Romani's mask. Heh. Thanks. You're nice. Can I ask a question? You. What makes you happy? I wonder, what makes you happy? Does it make others happy too? Some deep questions there. What is happiness? And how do others feel? And are other people's happiness the same as your happiness? These kids, man, they really make you think. Ah, nice weather, isn't it? Masks. You have a lot. You too. Will you be a mask salesman? And I'll play with you. So, the masks, give me some. Well, we already know at this point, these kids are starting to want more masks. This one's going to want 3. So let's equip the circus leader's mask. More. Cafe's mask. More. And the couple's mask. Thanks. You're a nice person, aren't you? Hide and seek. Let's play. Alright, I'll hide. So now we are in the area representing Great Bay Temple. And this area is one giant maze. So here, I'm going to go ahead and equip myself the Zor's mask, as this is what we're going to be needing to traverse this area. Now here, I'm going to go a very specific path. So I'm going to go left, left, right, and then left. If you follow this very specific path, we'll be greeted with a gossip stone, but more importantly, behind the gossip stone is a piece of heart. Not very all that much in this area tells you where to go. This trial is a lot of, well, trial and error. If you make a mistake, there is an exit point in one of these many paths. The only one that won't have an exit point is the one where the kid is located. But before we take the exit, let's see what this gossip stone has to say. Apparently I can't talk from behind. I gotta talk in the front area. It seems Guro Guro, the traveling musician, had the Bremen's mask. Another one of our early masks. We're getting told all the early masks at this point. I kinda wanna hear one of those masks we got about like 20 plus hours in. That would be great. So at this point, because we technically did take the wrong path, even though it led to a piece of heart, we're sent back to the very beginning. So now the path we need to take to get to the kid here is left. Left. Okay, well, let's guess I'm taking a right. Take a left. I'm gonna take a right, apparently. So left, right, left, right. Well, that actually worked out. You should take left, left, right, right to get here, but left, right also works. That was a happy accident. You found me. Hey, I want more masks. Alright, well, let's go ahead and equip some more masks to give to the kid. So we're gonna go ahead and give him the Great Fairy's mask. More. The Mask of Sense. More. And the Don Giro mask. Thanks. You're nice. Can I ask a question? The right thing. What is it? I wonder, if you do the right thing, does it really make everybody happy? Once again with those hard-hitting questions. What is the right thing? And is the right thing really gonna make people happy? It really does make you think. But you know what else makes me think? The 3DS version. It's a weird segue, but out of all the different trials here on the moon, the Georg trial is the one out of the 4 that's entirely different in the 3DS version. So let's go ahead and make our way through the Georg puzzle once again. Alright, we're back here in the Georg trial here on the moon, but in the 3DS version of the game this time around. And you'll already be able to tell that just based on that cinematic cutscene, this area is very different here in this version. Go ahead and equip our Zora mask and get ready to go ahead and continue forward here. This here isn't just a maze this time around. We have crystal switches throughout the area we need to hit. Hitting the switches will open up a gate, and now we need to find where that said gate is in order to proceed. Here I'm going to go ahead and turn left because I see a bunch of fish in front of this opening. You always want to go down the path where the fish are. Wherever the fish are, that is where you need to go in order to proceed. They will always lead you to the correct way. We made it here just in time because if you are not fast enough, the crystal switch that you hit in the beginning of this set area, it will deactivate and the gate behind you will be closing. So if we get here too late and this gate is shut, then we won't be able to proceed forward. The only thing we can do is take the exit point located in the room, which will warp us back to the beginning. Same for if you don't find the right way, there's an exit point you take in the room that you went to, and that will warp you to the very beginning of the trial. But now with that said, let's go ahead and continue forward here. Got ourselves a magic pot, which is definitely needed in this section, because you're going to be using a lot of magic power in order to swim past here with the Zora. I just highly recommend for all these moon trials, doesn't matter if you're playing the N64 or 3DS versions of Majora's Mask. Either version, you still want to get the Chateau Armani in your system and have infinite magic. With how much magic we're using, it just definitely helps to have that in our system at all times. Here we took the rightmost path because that's where the fish were telling us to go. Ride this current up, which will give us just enough height to jump out of the water and make it to the doorway. Here I'm not going to be hitting the crystal switch in front of us, we're actually going to be ignoring it this time around, as we're not going to be getting to the end of this section, meeting up with the kid wearing Georg's remains. Instead, we're going to take the middle path here. Even though the game says to take the top path with the fish, I'm going to just take the middle path instead and be a contrarian. If I do this, I'll be rewarded. So making our way down this long tunnel, we have a current here, we want to go ahead and ride up, jump up above, and here we have ourselves a piece of heart. So to get a piece of heart here in this trial in the 3DS version, the path you want to take is left, right, middle. Taking that said path will get you a piece of heart. Here we have a gossip stone, so let's go ahead and put on our Mask of Truth and see what this has to say. It seems the Decker Scrub Butler had the Mask of Sense. Yeah, I kind of figured that one out. Thank you. At this point, you're not really that helpful, so I'm just going to be leaving. Now, we can't really come back the way we came, because there's actually a strong current in the area that will push us back. So, unfortunately, in order to complete this area, we actually do need to take the exit point here. And we have to reset the entire trial and start from the very beginning. So, unfortunately, this is the same thing you have to do in the N64 version, but as we've seen going through the maze in the N64 version, it's much shorter in comparison than the one here in the 3DS version of Majora's Mask. This maze takes a lot longer to go through, and in my opinion, this is a lot more tedious. This is honestly a weird change in my opinion. I don't know why out of all the 4 trials that this is the one trial on the moon that the devs decided to change around. And in my opinion, this one's harder than the one in the N64 version. I don't understand why they needed to change this one. It's just weird. I prefer the trial in the N64 version, but I can understand why they needed to change some things about the Georg trial. It wasn't really that straightforward to figure out where you needed to go in that version, as nothing really told you the path to get to the end where the kid's located or even where the piece of heart is. So it was very trial and error, but if you knew the path, it was a quick and easy thing, and if you didn't know the path, it was quick to just try again. In this version of the game, it just feels unnecessary to have the timing puzzle to it. I get the trial and error effect of still picking the path, in case here, we need to go ahead and go up because that's what fish are telling us, so follow the fish, and if we do so, we'll get to the end. But having the timing puzzle for these gates is just unnecessary. And in fact, the last one here is even worse because it's a much longer run. And we'll see as soon as we get to the ending of this area we barely have enough time to make it into the last door frame. They just give you just enough time to make it if you make no mistakes. Honestly, out of the 4 trials, the Georg one is my least favorite in both versions of the game, and both versions have different reasons. This one honestly is just too difficult for the sake of being difficult because of the timer. If they removed the crystal switches, it'd be fine. In the N64 version, if they told you where to go, also it would be fine, but because it's more trial and error, then yes, it is kind of a difficult thing. Now that we completed Georg's trial, let's go ahead and equip ourselves the Goron mask here and make our way back over to the tree, as there's one more kid we want to go ahead and interact with. And at this point, process of elimination, you already know which mask he's going to wear. It's going to be the one with twin rolled remains. Ah, nice weather, isn't it? Masks. You have a lot. You too. Will you be a mask salesman? And I'll play with you. So, the masks, give me some. Alright, let's go ahead and equip ourselves some masks here. So, we're going to go ahead and give him the Keaton mask. More. A Bremen mask. More. And the All Knights mask. More. Well, we gotta pause the game for this one. Our last mask is gonna be the Postman's hat. Thanks. You're a nice person, aren't you? Hide and seek. Let's play. Alright, I'll hide. Welcome to our final trial. This one is representing the Stone Tower Temple. And this one is a little bit different compared to the others, as this is going to be more of a test of our combat ability. So, I'm going to go ahead and grab ourselves our Great Fairy Sword and continue onwards here. Our first enemy to fight is a Dinophos. Don't blink. This is going to be a really fast fight. Already dead. If you have the Great Fairy Sword, this thing's a joke. Just one swipe and it's down. In our next room here, got a Gossip Stone, so let's go ahead, get ourselves a Mask of Truth, and see what this has to say. It seems the one cursed by the strange, sparkling gold spiders had the Mask of Truth. Did we seriously need the Mask of Truth to know where the Mask of Truth was, game? Why is this Gossip Stone here? You need the Mask of Truth in order to get a hint to know where to find the Mask of Truth. Why would they do this? I don't understand. I gotta get out of here. My brain hurts. Would you look at who it is? It's a Gyro Master. He's already dealing some sweet damage to us. I'm gonna go ahead, wait for him to attack, and not actually get hurt by the attack. I'm gonna roll into his feet, use the iframes from the roll to survive. Do it again, jump attack one more time, and he actually blocked it. Good credit on the Gyro Master here. He blocked it again. This guy's doing really good with the combat. Jump attack, there you go. He's now defeated. Pulls out a bomb, gonna go ahead, shield it, and survive. After defeating the Gyro Master, a chest spawns on the top of the room, which is our only way up. So let's grab our hookshot, and hookshot over to this treasure chest, and see what's inside. In this chest, you get a bundle of 30 arrows. If the game is giving us 30 arrows, we'll probably need it for something up ahead. Go ahead and see what this Gossip Stone has to say. It seems his mother, Madame Aroma, had Cafe's mask. Okay, well, we already traded that away, so I guess if I need another, I can just go talk to the mother. But we haven't seen one of these guys in a while. It's an Iron Knuckle. Get your sword out and get ready to attack. I'm gonna keep my distance here, do some jump attacks with the Great Fairy Sword, doing a massive amount of damage. Let this guy attack first, jump attack, and then just keep on doing the same thing. Now with the armor down, we only take 2 jump attacks to be defeated with the Great Fairy Sword. And that is that. So for defeating the Iron Knuckle, we have a treasure chest spawn here, but notice how the door opened up, but there's no way to get to that said door up above. Opening up this treasure chest reveals a pack of 10 bomb chews. So there's more to do in this room. we don't just defeat a boss and leave. If we take a look up above, we can see there's a crack in the wall up there. This is why the game has given us bomb shoes. Now we need to equip those said bomb shoes, and from earlier, we got some arrows, so we know we need the hero's bow as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line myself up with this wall, take a look back to make sure I'm properly aligned, and now I'm just going to drop a bomb shoe right on the wall here, and just let it run halfway across the room. Doing this will time the bomb shoe just right to explode, right where the hole is. So now I'm just going to aim up with my bow as I'm perfectly lined up with the shot, shoot the ice switch, and that spawns a ladder. That's how we get out of here. A very elaborate puzzle just to leave the room. But hey, it's a clever use of bomb shoes. Something that the Zelda games don't really do all that much in the N64, sadly. It seems the All Knight's Mask was being sold at the Curiosity Shop. I hope for my sake they maybe have another, because I got rid of mine. I had to trade it to a kid. It seems Grog of the Cuckoo Shack had the bunny hood. Hey, it's the one mask we kept because I wanted to go fast here in this room. Hey, would you look at that? This here is our final piece of heart, just on the way to the end of this labyrinth area. And with that, now we've gotten ourselves 20 heart containers, the max amount of hearts in the game. Let's go ahead and check this gossip stone, and now see what this has to say. It seems the owner of the Curiosity Shop was keeping the Keaton mask. Yeah, that's a mask we got rid of, so maybe he has a spare. But that didn't really help me get it out of the room, though. Because the door, yeah, it won't budge. Locked shut. We take a look up, we can see why. There is yet another thing to blow up, but I have an idea. Let's hit the gossip stone with a bomb and let it fly. Can this destroy the ceiling? Time for liftoff. Sadly, it's not close enough. If that was in the center of the room, that gossip stone actually would have blew it up, which would have been amazing. Sadly, no. Here, I'm just going to wait a second, and now I'm going to drop a bomb shoe. So I'm going to let the bomb shoe right up the wall here, get to the ceiling, and waiting a second to drop it is the perfect amount of time to get the ice switch revealed on top of the ceiling. Now we need to get ourselves some fire arrows here, shoot up above to unfreeze it, and that will activate the switch, solving the puzzle. So now we can go ahead and get out of here, and that is that. But before we talk to the kid here in this room, I do want to mention something about this trial specifically, because it has a very odd set of quirks to it that really aren't that well known. Alright, so we're back here in the beginning of the Twin Mold trial here on the moon. I'm going to grab me some items here and make our way back up into the Iron Knuckle room specifically. Nothing's really different in this area up until past the Garo Master fight. At that point, that's when we can start exploring this portion of the moon a little bit differently.
A few moments later.
Alright, so we just defeated the Garo Master, and now we're ready to go ahead and continue on here in this trial. So I'm going to go ahead and hookshot this treasure chest. And I'm not going to get this treasure chest this time. We know it's a bundle of arrows, so I'm going to leave it. Here in front of this gossip stone, I'm going to go ahead and get myself my ocarina out and play the Song of Storms. I haven't mentioned this up to this point, but if you play the Song of Storms in front of a gossip stone, a different type of fairy will spawn. This here is a big fairy, and the big fairies will restore all your hearts and all your magic. So if you're ever low on hearts and magic, you can play yourself the Song of Storms in front of a gossip stone and get a full refill. But I played the Song of Storms in front of this specific gossip stone here in this trial, because now if I go into the next room here with the Iron Knuckle, notice how now there's a ladder on the wall behind the Iron Knuckle. This we know has to be activated separately. So if we get my bomb shoes out here, I'll go ahead and drop them on this wall, let the bomb shoe ride across, and destroy the crack in the wall on the other side of the room. And when that happens, notice how the eye is already hit. So all we need to do at this point is defeat the Iron Knuckle to go ahead and continue forward here, which we know what to do at this point. Jump attacks to your friend here with the Great Fairy Sword, let the Iron Knuckle attack you, back away, and then slash when you have the opening. I'm gonna go ahead and let him attack one more time. One more jump attack will do it, and that's it for the Iron Knuckle. So at this point, the door will open up, letting us leave this area. And we can get this treasure chest to get some more bomb shoes. So I'm going to go ahead and just refill the one bomb shoe we used. Thanks for the singular bomb shoe, because that's all I really needed. Now, if I climb up this ladder, I want to go ahead and play the Song of Storms in front of this Gossip Stone here on our left. Playing the Gossip Stone, the Song of Storms here in this room, specifically the leftmost Gossip Stone. We'll get another giant fairy here in case we need that refill, but if we go through the door here, notice how in this room, we can still get our piece of heart, completing all the heart containers in the game, but also the door is open to lead out of here. So if I go ahead, pull out a bomb shoe, and just destroy the wall up above, just like in the other room, we'll notice that the ice switch in here is already active. For some reason, two specific Gossip Stones in this trial, if you play the Song of Storms for them, will unlock these doors going forward. For some weird reason, these two specific Gossip Stones we played the Song of Storms with, they share the same flag as these switches being hit to unlock these doors, and also to spawn the ladder. So I'm not exactly sure why that happened. This could have been a bug, but it is something they actually maintained for the 3DS version of this game. So this Song of Storms trick here in the Twin Mode trial will work in the 3DS version of Majora's Mask as well. So maybe it was a developer intended thing. We will never know. But let's go ahead and leave this trial. Through this door is our Twin Mode friend here. You found me. Hey, I want more masks. Well, let's go ahead and give him our last remaining set of masks here. Let's go ahead and give him the Mask of Truth. More. The Bunny Hood. More. A Blast Mask. More. And finally, the Stone Mask. Heh. Thanks. You're nice. Can I ask a question? Your true face. What kind of face is it? I wonder. The face under the mask. Is that your true face? Once again, hitting us with those hard to answer questions. What is your true face? The face you show the others. But that was it. That was our final trial to complete. If we pause the game and go back to our mask screen, we will see now we have no more masks outside of our Zora, Goron, and Deku mask. That is all we have left. So let's put on our Goron mask and make our way over to the kid here in the center of the tree, Majora himself. Everyone has gone away, haven't they? Will you play with me? Sure. You don't have any masks left, do you? Well, let's do something else. Let's play good guys against bad guys. Yes, let's play that. For training away all but your transformation masks on the moon and completing the 4 trials, you get yourself the Fierce Deity's Mask, your final mask in the game. Could this mask's dark power be as bad as Majora? Try it out with C. Are you ready? You're the bad guy, and when you're bad, you just run. That's fine, right? Well, shall we play? This is it. This is our final battle here against Majora's Mask. We are ready for our final fight in the game. But we will be confronting Majora in the next episode. Next time on Let's Play Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, we'll be ending this and fighting Majora once and for all to save Termina. I'll see you guys next time.